my audience, this is Paul. It is roughly 2 hours, give or take, from when the retreat starts, so I'm still in my basement, as you can tell by the background. I just wanted to tell you guys what my email told me to expect on the retreat, so that after you see the pictures and videos, hopefully, then you'll be able to say how wrong or right I was in what to expect. So we'll be staying at a retreat center that's only 20 minutes away from my house, and they said that it's going to be very light on an agenda. So it's primarily going to be about relaxation and really reflecting on the season of Lent. In case I didn't tell you guys, this is a Catholic retreat, and it's the first overnight Catholic event I've been to since February 2020. Which I didn't take any videos of that conference, unfortunately, but this time I plan to rectify that. I also don't know anyone who is going besides my best friend, so it'll be nice to see if there will be any returning faces, or if there will be plenty of newcomers. There probably will be newcomers. I mean, that's the given with just about any retreat. But the fact that we're having a retreat at all after so long without one is just incredible. So hopefully I can film some more for you guys. Right now I'm going to take a nap so that I have enough energy for all the commotion. So until the next time I film, keep the faith, stay epic, and God bless. Bye for now. So it turns out that we're actually at the retreat center of one of our previous retreats in 2016. I don't know if you guys will be able to recognize it because I don't think I put it on YouTube, but we're at the same place where we did, I'll just call it the summit to avoid giving away my location. So I'll actually be having quite a lot of familiar scenery. Hope to catch you guys around. Bye for now. Yo, I just got to my bedroom, and I'm pretty easy to please when it comes to bedrooms, but it's looking really good so far. Hopefully I don't make too much noise when I show you guys around. But yeah, so far I'm the only one here. I'll probably be sharing with someone. Oh look! Hi guys, it's me! Here's the bathroom. Again, I am so easy to please, so this is like heaven on earth for me. The showers even look like they do at my work, so that'll be nice and nostalgic. So this is where I'll be sleeping for the next 2 nights. I just decided that's my corner. So it looks like it's the same retreat center as a retreat I went to in 2016, just different buildings. So I've never been to this particular place, so this is all going to be basically new stuff. Hopefully we'll still see the same scenery for a few things here and there, but it looks like I'll be getting to explore more and more. So dinner's in a couple of minutes, gotta go for now, but see you guys around. So I am actually the first one here into the dining room. So, well, besides the cooks, that is. So there's the outdoor areas. We have this little secluded area, which I'm going to presume is for like small groups and all that. I have definitely been here before, so I remember this place very, very well. Here's the view outside the window. Some very interestingly styled dishes. And here's my seat. I usually try to sit in the same place for every meal, so hopefully that'll be the case today so I don't show favoritism. So in 5 minutes, it's time to actually eat here instead of just sitting around. We just finished with our dinner, and it was actually pretty good for being a Lenten meal. Obviously, since it was Friday, we couldn't have anything with meat in it. So we had mushroom soup, fish, broccoli, rice, and it all sounds really boring, but somehow this place just made it work, and it was delicious. I initially was sitting by myself, and I thought that's just what I would be stuck with, but then quite a few people sat by my table. One of them even knew Andy. So far, Andy's the only person that I actually know here, but I've been trying to get a couple of people accustomed to what a retreat is like. We're going to start pretty soon, so I better wrap it up with you guys, but just know that I'll try to be back tomorrow, if not tonight, with lots more news for you. So stay tuned and have a great day. Bye! Okay, so you might not be able to see this very well. Maybe you'll be able to see the part, but we are currently about to go to the chapel for some Stations of the Cross, and I think also night prayer. I just felt like showing you where I'm sleeping. I have to walk on this huge roundabout way I took a few pictures of here. Now you can see it as I'm walking. That's where we just did our small group. We talked about the passage where Peter was walking towards Jesus on the water, and we got so in depth about that passage. It's wild. Like, we even got onto the theory that Peter saw the wind. And, well, I probably shouldn't say more, because what stays in small group stays in small group. So, for now, time for some quiet time. Hello, my audience. This is Paul. It is, let me check my watch real quick. Oh, if I can see it. 11:14 p.m. and pretty much everyone is getting ready to go to sleep. I'm right outside the residency area, so I gotta keep it quiet. I also technically filmed this already, but for some odd reason it didn't save, so I hope I remember to say everything again. So this retreat so far has been very, very Catholic. It might be very hard to explain to some of you who don't understand our faith. So the big three things that we've done so far are we did small groups, which I believe I mentioned in one of the previous videos that it was all guys, so that kind of made me a little bit creeped out because I usually don't like being in all guy circles, but it still managed to prove a really good discussion about Peter walking on the water. Then we did what's called Stations of the Cross, which the best way I can describe it is it's reflecting on the individual aspects of Jesus' passion and crucifixion. So we might look at when Jesus fell, when they took off his clothes, when he was nailed to the cross, when he died, like going through the very specific details, and then like saying a prayer and a scripture passage that are related to that. Like, for example, when Jesus falls, we would like pray the words of Isaiah where he was talking about the suffering servant. Then after that, we did night prayer, which the Catholic Church has these things called Liturgy of the Hours, and they're not required for lay people to pray. It's really only for priests and religious, but lay people can pray them. And so it was basically taking a look at the scripture passage where Simeon first met Jesus and like praying that as a group and just really feeling like we accomplished what we needed to tonight. So overall, I think the feeling I'm getting is a good sense of Catholic camaraderie, but I'm also feeling like it's much quieter here. Like, I'm usually constantly hearing things in my head, but now it's just very quiet and very atmospheric. And if it wasn't so cold, I'd probably stay out here a lot longer. But as it is, I should probably get going to bed. So hopefully tomorrow I'll have a lot more scenic pictures to show you. But for now, I hope you've enjoyed this ride. And until the next time, keep the faith, stay epic, and God bless. Bye! Good morning, my friends. This is Paul. And as you can see, overnight, it snowed. And it's springtime. So that's very interesting. We are about to, well, I slept past the Mass and the morning prayer because there's going to be Mass tomorrow, so I'll just go to that. Right now, I'm on my way to breakfast. I'll probably just sit around on the couch for a little bit while I'm waiting for breakfast because I'm kind of early. But yeah, it's amazing how the weather can change that quickly. We didn't really do much since I last talked. We just basically slept. It was a pretty good sleep. I got a decent-sized bunk, and the shower. It took its sweet time to get the hot water, but then eventually it did. And eventually it was pretty nice. So with that, I'm going to enjoy the rest of the morning, and until the next time, I've got my hands covered in books right here. Keep the faith, stay epic, and God bless. Bye! So we are about to go to Eucharistic Adoration, which for those of you that aren't Catholic, we believe that the consecrated bread and wine are no longer bread and wine, but actually Jesus's body and blood. So we're just going to be like in his presence, just adoring him, really, just like we would do if he was actually here. Maybe not exactly the same, because space doesn't always permit when you got like 30-something people. We just heard a priest talking about like what did Jesus accomplish on the cross? What is the love that he offers versus the love that the world offers? So we got into a little bit of a small group there, and it's been really nice to have a much more reflective retreat. Definitely much more on the heavy spirituality as opposed to being over the top with icebreakers and fun stuff. We actually haven't done an icebreaker yet, to put that into perspective. So we've got about 14 minutes left until we're going to do adoration. I won't be filming any of that because it's a very sacred time. You're usually asked to be very reverent and silent during adoration. So hopefully you guys can use your imaginations a little bit, and I'll keep you posted. Bye. We just did Eucharistic Adoration. I explained what it was in the previous recording, but now I'm going to explain how it felt. It was very reverent. We use, well, not always, but most of the time when Catholics do Eucharistic Adoration, they have incense, which is kind of like smoke, except that it has an interesting smell to it, so it doesn't smell like cigarette smoke. And the closest I can describe to feeling it is it kind of felt like it was a little bit tingly, so it sounds painful, but it's like a good kind of painful. Like it's the kind where you really feel like there's something there that's not apparently obvious, but it's like, you know, Jesus is there. And I know some Protestants might say, if Jesus really was there, why wouldn't you be more reverent? To which I would respond, Jesus constantly says, do not be afraid. And he wasn't afraid of taking things to the people's level, whatever it is that they need. And there was also confessions, which was great, because it always feels so great to be absolved of sin. So now we're going to head into lunch, and then after lunch there's going to be a lot of quiet time, so I won't be filming for quite a while after lunch. So for now, keep up the good work watching this. I really appreciate it. We just finished with the second adoration in the span of a couple of hours. This retreat is just overflowing, almost literally, because it's been raining so much, with spiritual graces. This particular adoration, I felt a little bit different, and from what I've heard, that's okay. Everyone feels something different during adoration. Some people are struck with an amazing revelation. Some people are crying. Some don't feel a single thing. But I personally think that there's a certain atmospheric difference between adoration and when you're just in a regular old parish that doesn't believe in the true presence of Christ. There's just, like, it still feels holy, but it feels like someone's missing. You know, like when you have dinner with a family member not there. So I think that's definitely what I felt this time, was that presence and just that peace of knowing that God is there and he's taking care of me, and that I was surrounded by other people who believe the same thing as I do, because at a job like a gym, you don't always get like-minded people. So this retreat has been great to just continuously be around people that can treat me like a halfway decent person, and also share my belief system. So we are going in for dinner, and we're going to be loud after dinner. I had a decent amount of time to reflect in my bedroom, so I think I'm well prepared. So with that, thanks for watching again, and I'll see you guys around. Bye! Man, I had no idea how mixed of feelings I would have having a small group that considered itself like tightly knit, but at the same time, like, being part of that group kind of necessarily means that I'm going to be contributing to it. So it was interesting hearing everyone's stories. Like, I really loved how just about everyone had a story with one of their ex-boyfriends/girlfriends. and we all just had a bunch of really embarrassing stories. So that was definitely nice that I wasn't the only one that had unfortunate relationship stories. So, okay, it looks like I'm gonna have to retake that, because ironically, after I shot the previous thing, my group that I was talking about ended up walking past the camera and caught me off guard. So I was like, oh, okay, I don't know what to do here because I'm talking about them. But yeah, we were exchanging stories about all of our exes and all of our friend circles, and that I'm not the only one with girl/guy problems. That was really nice to know. I mean, I knew that. It was just nice to know. It was nice to know that even in a Catholic setting, you don't always get it right on the first try. So far, it's definitely been exhausting to be part of a group. Like, I'm more of a one-on-one guy. If any of you from the group are watching this, nothing against you. It's just, that's how I am. I try to seek out like one or two people. But it was nice to feel, I guess you could say I felt included. And it was nice that one of the girls, Angela, actually invited me to join the group. So that made me feel really happy. So right now, I don't know what the heck I'm going to be doing. It's like free time right now, so we're kind of just relaxing. Some people are playing games, some people are lounging around in the kitchen, and then we're gonna... I actually forgot what the next thing on the agenda is, so I'll just wing it. Anyway, catch you guys probably tomorrow. I don't think anything else of significance is happening tonight. If it is, you know I'll film it. Bye! We're about to do night prayer and a rosary now. I already explained what night prayer was last time. It's basically reflecting on the passage where Simeon got to meet the baby Jesus and, like, praying about it. So the rosary, for those of you that aren't Catholic, might be wondering, why the heck are you praying to Mary when it says worship the Lord your God and serve him only? Well, that's a very long and involved answer, but here's the short answer. The short answer is that, first of all, everything in the rosary is based on something in Scripture. Maybe not necessarily directly, but there's either implications or the wording is very similar, such as Holy Mary, Mother of God, based on how Elizabeth says, the Mother of my Lord, or Hail full of grace. That's what the angel said before he came to her. So even in the Protestant Bible, they have passages from the Hail Mary. And second is, we don't believe in actually praying to the saints, but rather they are prayers with us. Just because they're in heaven doesn't mean they're going to stop praying. So they are praying for us. So we are asking Mary, who's the greatest saint, Jesus' mother, to pray with us. So people are about to interrupt my vlog, so I'll catch you guys later. Bye! We are approaching that time of the retreat that is what I like to call the official, unofficial end, where every scheduled activity is pretty much concluded except for a handful of things on Sunday before we depart back to our homes. So right now we're just heading back to, they call it the Village Commons for some reason, where we'll do, at least I think we will, do maybe some fellowship. A lot of people will probably play games. So I think right now would probably be a relatively appropriate time for me to give my verdict on what I think of it. Oh my gosh, I always forget where to film when I'm near a light post. I think my overall verdict is mixed. Like, I love how this retreat is very, very, very Catholic, almost to a fault. Like I said, we haven't done any icebreakers or like activities per se. Everything has been like a rosary, a mass, adoration, like lots and lots of that stuff, which for some they probably love it. For some they might say, I really need a chance to just unwind, and that's okay. But what I find that's a little bit harder to chew is the fact that I don't do well in big groups, and it seems like this retreat is especially geared towards people praying in groups. Maybe it's because, I don't know, a guy and a girl by themselves looks kind of suspicious, but that's just my natural mode, is I'm very introverted, and introverts tend to be more of like one-on-one, one-on-three, like very small groups type of people. And so that's been really hard to like constantly feel like you have to be in a caravan if you want to talk to anyone. So that's been kind of weighing me down. Other things that I don't really want to get into have been a little bit of a hassle to sort through, and I definitely have felt like I don't usually talk this intuitively, but like my spirit has kind of been gradually lowering more and more as the retreat has gone on. So hopefully either tonight or tomorrow something will come along to give me a new perspective. But for now, I kind of give a middle of the road approach. I like all the spirituality. I definitely think there's a lot of it compared to what I'm used to. It might still make the top 10 best memories of 2022 list, but just barely. So again, hopefully I have more positive news tomorrow, but as of now, it is Saturday night and my feelings are kind of meh. So with that, thank you very much for watching. If I don't film anything later, I hope you all have a wonderful night, and if not, then keep the faith, stay epic, and God bless. Bye! Good morning, my audience. This is Paul. I know I thought I had said my final thoughts last night, but I realized that I didn't mention a lot of practical details. That was only how I felt about things. So overall, I'm a pretty low maintenance guy when it comes to the dorms, and that held true here. Although I did notice that it was really weird that the showers, or not the showers, the bathrooms didn't have any towels to dry our hands, which I thought was a weird omission. Like, that seems like an interesting oversight. It was also really cold, but eventually I solved that by just putting on my jacket to sleep, and overall I think my sleep was pretty decent. We didn't get to walk around in the grounds very much because it was very, very cold, and I've been wearing my jacket probably more than I've been wearing my t-shirt. The food was decent. It wasn't mind-blowing, but at least it was consumable, I would like to think. And the kitchen staff was very, very nice. Apart from that, this retreat has definitely been very different from the retreats that I'm used to. And I'll definitely have to think about it if I ever want to come to something like this again, as opposed to something like the other retreats that I've been on that were more of like a mixture. So this will probably be the last thing I film because there's not really much happening. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this little walk down memory lane, even though it hasn't been that long. And until the next time, keep the faith, stay epic, and God bless. Bye!